I'm not going to get into college. What if all the colleges I apply to reject me? If I don't get an A on this test, I'm never going to get into college. Does this sound like your inner voice? Hi, I'm Maya. I'm a college counselor and a graduate of Stanford University, and I want to talk to you today about what happens if you don't get into college. I think one of the most universal fears when you're applying to college is, oh my God, what if I don't get into college? Or what if I'm rejected from every college that I apply to? So I wanted to talk a little bit about the worst case scenario, whether this is something that's actually happened to you or whether this is just something that you're afraid of. This video can help you out. This does happen to people. It doesn't happen to students I work with because I make sure that they plan their college list in a way that makes that virtually impossible. I can tell you how to do that. It's not that complicated, but it is a real outcome that happens. So say it's April and you are sitting on a pile of rejections. And in college speak, we don't actually call them rejections. We call them, denied admission, but whatever. You're not rejected. What happens now? Guess your life's over. Sorry. Okay, no, your life is not over and we're gonna fix this. Let's break this down a little and clarify what we might mean by I didn't get into college. Did you actually get denied admission to every college you applied to? Or did you only get into safeties that you hate? Or did you just not get into your dream college? These are three very different problems. They stem from the same central problem, which is that there was a problem with your college list, but we'll get back to that. Let's start with number one. You are actually denied admission at everywhere you applied. Well, you have a great story. And more importantly, you also have three good options. You can research colleges that have very late admissions or rolling admissions and apply now. There are some out there. You can take a gap year, basically just do something else for a year, get a job, or really devote yourself to a project that you've been working on. And finally, you can attend a local community college for 1 to 2 years and then apply to four-year colleges to transfer. And this could actually save you a ton of money, by the way. I usually recommend number 3, community college, because it keeps you in a structured environment and still leaves your options for college very open, but it depends on what's right for you and your specific situation. It's honestly that simple. You're still going to go to college, it just might be a little bit later, and you're going to want to be more strategic about how you apply next time around. So you'll definitely want to stick around this channel because that's what I am all about here. Problem number 2, I only got into my safety and I hate it. First, do you actually hate your safety? Have you visited the campus, learned about the opportunities available there, looked at your potential program of study? Or did you just apply without really thinking about it because you knew you were supposed to apply to a safety? Do you just feel like you were supposed to go somewhere better? Maybe you would actually thrive at your safety. Take some time to actually consider it. Okay, so maybe for whatever reason you actually just hate it and you did not pick good fit safeties. Again, you have options. You can attend the safety for a year or two and apply to transfer. You can attend community college for a year or two and apply to transfer, or you can take a gap year and reapply in the fall. Problem number 3, I did not get into my dream school. It was perfect for me. We were meant to be, and now my life is over. You have probably underestimated how hard it is to get into certain colleges, as well as the fact that there is a degree of randomness to who gets in. It's really better if you don't have your heart set on one college or even 3 colleges. Even if you are a truly amazing student, a college may not accept you as they try to put together a class that's diverse in terms of students' interests and backgrounds. So you need to step back and reevaluate your values and goals and try to look objectively at the situation. Do you really need to be at that dream college? What are the qualities of that college that make you love it so much? Are there colleges that you did get into that maybe share some of those qualities? Probably one of the colleges that you did get into is actually fine, even great, and you'll end up being really happy once you go there and settle in. However, if you are really set on Dream School University and they truly have a unique program that you just cannot get anywhere else, there are some things you can do. You pick a college from the ones you got into and go, and then you plan your strategy for transferring. You could do a gap year, but I don't really recommend that in this situation unless you have a really clear idea of what you would do, or maybe you are already thinking about it. It just puts your life on hold for too long, and you might not get into the dream school on the second time around anyway. So I think it's better to just go to college and at least kind of keep things moving. And even for transferring or planning to apply to transfer to your dream school, I don't really recommend that. I don't really like to suggest that to people. First, because it can be extremely hard to transfer into certain colleges, even harder than applying as a freshman. And I also just don't think it puts you in the best frame of mind to be going to college with a plan to leave that college. But in certain situations, it is something you can do. And I think people kind of forget that transferring is an option, especially if you're really not happy at the college where you go. And so I like to make sure that people know that it is something that's out there. Also, depending on your planned career path, you could also plan to apply to Dream School University for graduate school. For some kinds of graduate programs, it's actually better if you didn't attend the college as an undergrad. Before we end this video, I want to back up and look at how you might have ended up in these scenarios in the first place. It's going to be one of two things. You did not have a strong application, which could either mean you did not present yourself strategically on the app, or it could mean that you did not have the qualifications that you needed to get into the colleges that you applied to. Or, and this is actually probably the bigger factor, you did not have a good college list. It could be a combination of all these things. I've seen very good students who just didn't highlight their accomplishments effectively on their applications. Also, everyone tends to underestimate now just how hard it is to get into certain colleges. I definitely see a lot of students who want to weight their list heavily towards what should be considered dream schools. So if you're a sophomore or a junior, how do you make sure that you don't end up in this situation? No, the answer isn't to drive yourself crazy by trying to be so perfect and amazing that all the colleges will have to accept you. I speak from experience. It's to have a well-balanced list of colleges that you love. If you apply to enough target colleges, likelies, and some true safeties, you're going to get into a college. Probably multiple colleges. And if you research your likelies and safeties, you'll know that they are good colleges for achieving your goals, even if they might not be your top choice. And actually, I have an upcoming video on that exact topic, how to put together a good college list. So when that is posted, I'll put a link up here somewhere, and there'll also be a link in the description. And you'll definitely want to subscribe to make sure you get a notification. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please post any questions at all in the comments, and good luck.